today I am coming to you with a video on treating dry skin with acne because it can be particularly difficult, and as you can see I am coming to you sans makeup and in my little towel up in my head, and I got my kitty cat pajamas on, so hope you don't mind. This is my pajamas. It says cats are really in right meow, and I don't even know if you can see in the frame, but cats are really in right meow in case you didn't know. But today I just wanted to give you some of my tips and my tricks to treating dry skin in the winter, or any time of year, but dry skin with acne. And all my life I've been like a really oily monster. I've never had a problem with dry skin, but for some reason this winter, above all other winters, my skin has decided to freak out. And you know, treating acne with like dryness is very, very difficult because so many products actually dry out the skin, like benzoyl peroxide or things like that. And honestly, people say that your skin changes every couple of years. I'm wondering if that's what's going on. It's been a very dry winter. I think I've seen 1 or 2 days of rain. And I was in New York and traveling a lot. Traveling can dry out your skin. New York, it was snowing, so it was very dry. But I want to take you through some of the products that I've been using and my tips and tricks for treating dry skin because I just got out of the shower. And like I exfoliated, but I don't have a lot of dryness issues, which is nice. And I did pick up some products in New York that have really been helping me because in New York I was literally peeling through my makeup. It was terrible. I was exfoliating every day and it wasn't working. So these have been working for me for like the past week and a half. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about them and kind of what I've been using, and then some tips so that if you have dry skin and acne, hopefully you can treat those and make it better. Righto! So the first thing you want to do is stop using products that are drying you out. For instance, products with benzoyl peroxide or products with Retin A. Retin A and benzoyl peroxide are usually in a lot of topical creams and stuff. So if you look on the back of your cosmetic labels, there's usually something that says drug facts, active ingredients, and you should check that to see if it says benzoyl peroxide, because benzoyl peroxide or Retin A are usually the most drying. If you're on prescription drugs or prescription topical creams such as Epiduo, which also has benzoyl peroxide in it, or if you have Tazorac cream, or if you have any Retin A micro or Retin A cream, those can really be drying to the skin. So either stop using them or like cut down on using them as per your doctor's orders, but your dermatologist's orders. But for me, I've noticed that those have really dried me out, and cutting those out has definitely helped me because I was using one when I was here and I stopped using it. This is the skincare I was talking about that I picked up in New York, and the skincare that I picked up had the Clear Pore Serum and the Acne Treatment Serum, and the differences here is because the Acne Treatment Serum has benzoyl peroxide, but the Clear Pore Serum has salicylic acid. So instead of using the Acne Treatment Serum, I haven't even touched this, which is the line I've used since I was in New York. I've only been using the Acne Serum. So even though this contains micronized benzoyl peroxide, green tea extract, and tea tree oil, which is all nice and antibacterial, I haven't been using this one. I've been using the Clear Pore Serum from the line, which contains, again, green tea extract, but it also has salicylic acid and licorice root and does not have the benzoyl peroxide. So salicylic acid is a pretty safe bet. It can still be a little bit drying if you're really sensitive, but if you look on your products that have salicylic acid, that's generally a good one. This one also has purified water. This one has witch hazel, which is really great because it's an antibacterial. This is just the serum that I've been using. It has basil oil, and again, natural essential oils are great for your skin if it's dry because it'll give you that moisture naturally without breaking you out. I used to be super into oil-free, and I still am depending on the oil, but when it comes to essential oils, it penetrates my skin differently, and I've noticed that it doesn't break me out. So adding essential oils or products with essential oils are also a good idea. The next thing you want to do is, once you cut out those drying agents, you want to use products that will not dry you out further. You want products that will treat the acne. You want products that will exfoliate the skin but not dry you out. And that's really hard because usually products that exfoliate are stripping the skin, removing those dead sin cells. They're usually removing the dead flakes, but they're causing more. So you want to make sure that you use a cleanser that's not going to do that, but that's still going to remove the flakes. These are the cleansers that I was using in New York, and these are the two that I recently switched to. This is what I was using before. This is the Lush, Skin Doctor, or the Lush Fresh Pharmacy, which is like a solid face scrub, but I had to stop using this because it was too drying on my skin and it wasn't exfoliating. So like I said, when I was in New York, I picked up the Exposed Skincare, the body wash and the face wash, and first I started using the facial cleanser. Again, this one has salicylic acid. This one does not have alcohol, I believe. It has provitamins, sage extract, and salicylic acid, but this is just like a pure cleanser, like it's very, very soft. But I ended up using the body cleanser, and this one actually has a little bit of beads in it. This one is tea tree oil, glycolic acid, and salicylic acid, which are all three very exfoliating and antibacterial things that my skin personally responds better to. So even though this is body wash, I have been using it on my face, and I would recommend using something like this because you want something that has a little bit of exfoliating action to it, whether that's actually in a kind of like a seedy grain, or whether that's in glycolic acid or salicylic acid. Those are products that you should look for. And right out of the shower, if I use this and don't moisturize, my skin will be a little bit dry, but that's why moisturization is a huge part of this. And also this has tea tree oil, and because it has that oil, it'll naturally soak into the skin. It's antibacterial, so it helps with acne, but it also keeps you more moisturized than using products that don't have any of those essential oils in them. And like I said, this is the line that I have been using for about a week, maybe a week and a half now since I got into New York. This is the Clearing Tonic, which has green tea extract, passion flower, and oleic acid, which I don't know what it is, but the biggest thing for me is that this was absolutely free of alcohol, and it had witch hazel, which is a good toner. And where's the toner I was using before? This is the toner I was using before. It is in a Bath & Body Works Body Splash container, but this is the Arbonne Salicylic Acid toner. So this one again still has salicylic acid 1%, but this one had alcohol in it, I believe, because it is from Arbonne, a different brand. So when I was getting this line in New York, this came with it, and I thought it's alcohol free, much better for my skin. So when treating acne with dry skin, you want to make sure to avoid products with alcohol just because it is so stripping and drying to the skin. Witch hazel can be drying if you don't treat it properly and if you don't moisturize afterwards, but it's not nearly as drying as rubbing alcohol or ethanol or alcohol is. So make sure that you check your labels for that because it's something that you do want to avoid. The next thing you want to do is deep moisturize, and especially when you're sleeping. You do want to moisturize right after you get out of the shower, right after you exfoliate, and right after you tone and things like that, just to lock in some moisturizer, which is just a good idea for every day, but you also want to make sure that you do this at night. And you can use a much deeper moisturizer or even like a moisture mask, like just load this stuff on as you sleep, just because your skin repairs when it's asleep, and if you get a lot of that moisture at night, it's better in the daytime. Another tip is do not take super hot showers. The hotter the shower, the more dehydrating it is to your skin. So if you do have dry skin, try turning down the temperature just a couple of degrees because even that little bit will help, because you don't want to strip your skin even more. But what you can apply is, I like these two. This is the one I've currently been using. This is the one I was using before. This is the Yes to Cucumbers Soothing for Sensitive Skin. It's a calming night cream, so it is much thicker than a moisturizer. The only problem is that this does not contain any acne fighting treatments. And I was using it for a little while. I do like it, but I've been switching to this. This is the Moisture Complex, again with the green tea extract. It has pumpkin seed and caffeine as well for the skin. This one does not have salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide in it, which is a good thing because this is a moisturizer. Since I'm leaving it on my skin, I don't want to over dry. And even though salicylic acid is not as drying as other things, I want to make sure that this doesn't dry me out more. And as you can see, this is still a pretty thick moisturizer, even though it absorbs into the skin much better than this night cream for me. It doesn't like leave me dry feeling. It still leaves my skin very moist. So depending on if you're going out during the day, use a little bit like a clear layer, and if you are going to use this at night, slather on a layer or two. It'll really help penetrate deeper and help your skin be more moist the next day. A couple more tips for in the shower is that when you're removing your cosmetics, you want to use something that is non-drying. A lot of makeup removers that aren't an oil base, or a lot of tissues and towelettes, can be very drying. This is one for sensitive skin. This one goes with this line, the Yes to Cucumbers for Soothing Skin. This is just what I've been using. I've been using like an oil-based makeup remover and just removing it with this, and it comes off pretty darn easily, but it doesn't upset the skin anymore. So make sure that whatever you're using to remove your makeup does not have alcohol in it or a lot of those harsh things. Also, when you get out of the shower, you want to make sure you're drying your face with a very soft towel. If you don't, this is like a microfiber towel. Exposed skincare is like a natural treatment. It combines natural treatment and medicines to treat acne properly, which is why we have like the green tea extract and the other things. But it's great for people with sensitive skin. So if you do have sensitive skin, or if it is dry, it's something great to use. And if you do have sensitive skin or dry skin, using an abrasive towel to dry up your face is, you know, very, very harmful to it, because you're just causing more of those flakes. So this is a microfiber towel. It came with my little pack of exposed skincare. Exposed skincare did have a 1-year warranty on their products, and I believe the towel does too, but I'm not really sure, because I could definitely, this is my second towel I have too, but I could definitely see this getting very dirty very easily and washed and things like that. But if you can see, it is a microfiber towel, and whether you use a towel at home or something like this from a skincare pack, you want to make sure that it is gentle enough for your skin. And if you don't have a towel like this, or if you can't purchase one, instead of wiping your face like this, you want to make sure always to pat your skin dry. And that's important, because something like this has huge little loops in it, which is very damaging to the skin. And when you're pressing it in, you're drying off your face by taking the moisture and the water out. You're not rubbing your skin and excoriating it. And so if you have dry skin, doing something like this and rubbing in circles is very bad. It can cause more flakes. But if you simply press in, it can help remove that moisture and dry off your skin without causing more issues. The last 2 things I'm going to talk about are the Microderma Scrub, which is what I've been using to exfoliate as well, and then 3 masks, along with like a bonus tip for if you're at home and you're not traveling like me and you have dry skin. So the first one is that this is something I have been using personally for the last week and a half. This is the Microderma Scrub, and I only got this because it came free with the exposed skincare. There's a coupon, I think it's $44. Yeah, it's free micro 32, and if you spend $40 then you get this thing. This thing is 30 bucks on its own, so I was not about to spend that, but I honestly really like it. It's granulated crystals, so it's kind of actually like a microdermabrasion, because microdermabrasion is shooting crystals into your skin. And I have been using that, and I have been using this, and it's kind of like a paste. And what's interesting is that this is not an actual bead. So if you don't like an actual beady feel, this one is not even sandy, but it is very microdermabrasion-y, because it has like these microdermic particles to it, so you don't, it's more like sand, but like a very, very fine-grained sand. So this is also great if you do have flakes that are much bigger. If you have problems with it, you can use this to actually buff into your skin. This is like a buffing treatment. And use it for, you know, a couple minutes at a time, whereas if your flakes are not that bad, you can use a regular exfoliator like the body one that I showed you earlier, just like a regular finer grain. But I've been using a mix of this one and the body one. I do like the body one because it does have salicylic acid. This one has safflower seed oil. It does have the green tea extract, but this doesn't have an acne treatment in it. So especially if your skin is dry and super dry and you don't want to be using a treatment, it's good to go for this or something like this that doesn't have it. And like I said, mine was free because of the rest of the skincare with a coupon code. So that was free, which is nice. And I don't know if it's limited edition. I don't know if it's not. But that's what that is. And next, the very last thing you should do is apply a mask to your skin. Oh, I've got like, oh, this grainy, sandy feel on me now because I normally wash it off in the shower. But the last thing you should do is apply a face mask. Applying a face mask is a really, really, really great way to super hydrate your skin. And I have 3 here. I have one that has sulfur and, what is this, resocinol. I have one that has just salicylic acid, which is 199% natural. I don't even know what percent natural. It's close to 100% natural. And then one that does not have active acne ingredients, but that is really good for your skin. So using a mask is a great way to apply moisturizer, and instead of just using any of these masks alone, I would recommend applying your moisturizer first and then putting the mask on over, because the mask will still treat the acne but almost help the mask, the mask will almost help the moisturizer penetrate deeper. So this first one is Cupcake from Lush. So this is Chocolate Heaven. This has balancing sandalwood and spearmint. This is also great for oily skin. It's probably the least effective for dry skin, but if you want something that's all natural, or if your flakes aren't that bad, this is perfect over a moisturizer because it does help. And this one comes out like blackish color, like a brownish color, and it sits on your skin and it does dry off. But this is a really great option to use over moisturizer if your skin is moderately dry. This one, but it doesn't have like acne treatment in it. This one has, yes to tomatoes, I believe it has natural salicylic in it. It's paraben free, 98% natural product. After cleansing, apply a thin layer. Again, I would do this over a moisturizer. If your moisturizer doesn't have salicylic acid, then use this. If your moisturizer does, then I'd say be a little bit more careful because it could be drying. But this again is like an acne moisturizer, and it's kind of like a clay, whereas that one is more flaky. This one does get flaky eventually, but it's a little bit more moist. And the very last one you can use, which I would recommend, is this one. This is the one that I've been using because when I try out new skincare, I like to stick to a brand. And like I said, I've only been using exposed skincare for about a week and a half. But I'm still kind of getting used to it and stuff like that. And if you want a full-out review on any of these products, let me know, because once I use them routinely, I can actually give a review, and I have used these two routinely, even though I haven't used this one for an extended period of time. But this one has bentonite clay, which is really great. It draws out all the impurities from the skin. It has sulfur and it has colloid, which I don't exactly know the details of. But again, this does not have alcohol in it, so it is better for the skin, and this one does not have salicylic acid. So this one has sulfur in it. This one does have resorcinol, which I don't understand completely, and you can't quote me on it because I don't know it for sure, but this is what I have personally been using. But I use this, you can use this alone. I find it's a little bit drying alone, but I use it over the mask or over the moisturizer. I use this mask over the moisturizer that comes with it, and it is very good for my skin without overly drying. But it really just draws out impurities for my acne, and then I can go back in with another layer of moisturizer before I go to bed, and really have my skin kind of react well. So the very last tip is that if you really want to go the extra mile, is get a humidifier. Dry skin a lot of times is caused by weather. So if you live in a very dry climate, if it's snowing outside, if that's kind of your problem and you have acne, bumping up the humidity in your climate is like a perfect way to help give your skin the moisture it needs. So if you can take a vacation to like a tropical place where it's really humid, then good for you. But if you can't afford that tropical vacation, then a humidifier is a great way to go. And the reason why is because a humidifier does just that. It adds humidity to the air. And you can plug it in your room or wherever you're spending the most time or wherever you're sleeping, and that will naturally add moisture to the air, so it'll add moisture to your skin. Even though that is going the extra mile, if this is a chronic issue for you, if you've been having dry skin and acne for a really long time, you may want to look into investing in it because it could help you out, and it could even help with breathing and stuff like that, depending on how dry your climate is naturally. So yeah, those are my tips and tricks for treating kind of acne with dry skin. Again, I've never had dry skin in my life, so having this happen is really kind of upsetting to me, and these are currently the things that I've been using. So of course, let me know if you want more videos related to this, related to something else, related to reviews. Also, I do plan to be doing a Twitter conversation or question and answer video, so I will be announcing that in a couple of days. So be sure to follow me on Twitter. It's sincerelycass11, so that when I post the question and answer video, your question and answer can be featured in a video. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I will do my best to answer them. And if you have other tips for dry skin, please share, because this whole dry skin thing is kind of new for me, and I'm going through it as well. But those are my tips and my tricks, what's been working for me so far over the past week and a half, and some other things that I would recommend from having dry skin ages ago, which was not even as bad as it is now. But I love you guys. I hope this video helped you, and I cannot wait to hear from you both here in the comments on YouTube and on Twitter. So me and the cats, well, I'm not really with a cat, but I don't know, cats are so in right now, so if you didn't know, meow along, and I will see you all in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.